What is good, Hellraisers? Welcome back to our brand new episode. Today we're going to be discussing the FAL. The FAL had a huge controversy in the Modern Warfare era, whether it be in the Modern Warfare or Warzone, but especially before the integration of Cold War into Warzone. A lot of the cheaters that came on were actually using the FAL and the HDR with all the automatic shooting, what do you call it? Automatic shooting controllers. So they did manage to change the FAL to a beast god mode automatic submachine gun. I mean, it was just too deadly. Even with the HDR, if you saw some of these guys, the HDR pretty much became a one-shot kill LMG, and the FAL became a one or two-shot kill SMG. It was deadly. I think on my channel I do have a few videos of people killing me with it. It was just absurd, man. It's just it's one of those things that make you wonder what people go through in order to get the weapons. But that's just all to say that the FAL is a very strong weapon. Now I'm not gonna go into details about the Modern Warfare capacity for this gun, blueprint. I mean the Modern Warfare. Multiplayer, because everybody knows it's a pretty good weapon. It's one of the easiest to level up, especially if you're playing hardcore. I mean, one-hit kills is guaranteed. But we're going to be talking about, here it is, we're going to be talking about Warzone blueprints, as the video suggests. So there are only two blueprints that you can unlock for the FAL. There's the Beefeater from Season 3, before the integration of Cold War. It is a legendary blueprint. And you have the Smooth Dominator, which is from Season 1. It's a rare Modern Warfare blueprint before the integration of Cold War. This one is just my favorite loadout for it. It's probably for multiplayers who don't really use the FAL in Warzone. So we're going to be focusing on those two. Now the Smooth Dominator is the one that is most famous for the FAL. The reason behind it is because for a few seasons you were able to play with it as a ground loot. Now if for some reason you want to play with, you want to check out the attachments, and right now you picked it up from the floor and you find it's good and you want to play with the FAL, but you don't know the attachments, it's pretty much too late to unlock it right now, since it's a lot of seasons behind. All you have to do is to attach the 13 OSW para barrel, the FSS close quarters stock for the stock, and the more money perk for the perk. Now the more money perk is not really that important. It just gives you extra XP in order if you get a headshot. I'm not even sure if it works in Warzone. I think it works wonders in multiplayer, but I'm not even sure if it works in Warzone. So pretty much you have a gun with two attachments. I mean, it's not the best, but again, if you picked it up on the floor and you're wondering what the attachments are, here they are. Now let's talk about the Beefeater. Now the Beefeater, even if there were other blueprints, I would still choose the Beefeater as the best as the best blueprint that you'd want for the FAL. The reason behind it is that when it first came out in Season 3 was one of those you get in the orange boxes, and people were just going ham with it because it looks like an AR. So from far people would think you're running with an AR, but it was a very powerful one-shot kill AR, which could be confused for a tactical rifle, but it is an assault rifle. Now if we take a look at some of the attachments for the Beefeater, you have the 13 OSW para that does increase the accuracy for the weapon. It gives a bit of range too. For some reason, as we can see, the range is lower, but that's for another reason that I'll discuss in a bit. You have the aim up reflex sight for the optics. Now with the FAL, the the optic is very important because the iron sight is really bad for the FAL, especially for the one-shot guns. You do want to have a really good optic attached to the gun. Then you have the Forge Tac Stalker for the stock. That is pretty good for the mobility. The stipple grip tape, which in my opinion is very important and actually the best rear grip that you can have in the Modern Warfare guns. So you have that one here. It's so great for that sprint to fire speed, which is pretty much what I count on every single game to give me that little edge, that one or 1.5 millisecond that you and your enemy have in order to draw your weapon and start shooting. If you're able to draw your weapon before your enemy and you're very accurate with your gun, there's no way it can beat you with any other weapon out there. And you have the underbarrel, the 12 gauge deputy. Now this is the reason why the range is lower and the control is lower. This is more of like a shotgun attached to to a, what do you call it, to an assault rifle. Now these are very rarely used. The only time it was used, it was during an era where the FAMAS had the way overpowered shotgun under barrel, which was a one hit down, even with your fully plated armors. A lot of people used it for like a whole week and a half or 2 weeks before they nerfed it. But yeah, it was abused. I'm pretty sure I have a video of that E2 on my channel, where I rush a guy. I'm fully plated. I break all his armor, and then he just turns around and shoots me once, and I'm down. I mean, it was pretty deadly, and since he was very fast shooting, he would shoot you twice. He would down you and kill you before you even had a time to even know what happened. But yeah, this is pretty much it for this gun. I'll show you guys the cutscene HD. That's pretty much it for this gun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you're trying to see what the best attachments are for the FAL, please ask me in the comment section below. You know what? I'll let you guys know right now if you're playing multiplayer. It could also be the best in Warzone, but so the beefeater for the best blueprint that you can unlock. But if you're trying to make your own attachments for us, what I have is the 5W laser for the laser, the GI mini reflex for the optic, the FSS close quarter stock for the stock, the stable grip tape for the rear grip, and the Mark IV grip for the underbarrel. From seeing it right here, it's definitely not a Warzone loadout. If it was a Warzone, I would have put a monolithic suppressor on the gun. So this one's definitely a more of a rush class for it in multiplayer. If you want to switch it up in order to play Warzone, all you would have to do is probably remove the underbarrel, equip the monolithic suppressor, and maybe remove the stock and put a long barrel to it, and that's great for Warzone, whether it be in Resurgence or Verdansk. If it's Verdansk, you probably need to increase that optics, but if it's Resurgence, you can keep the GI min reflex. And that's pretty much it for this gun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and take it easy.
In their sight. You've got the lead, soldier. Enemies have captured the domination. Our team captured the domination point.
Good to go.
Enemy launch and advanced UAV were exposed. Be advised.
targeting me.
for resupply. Be it.
They're
Enemy
targeting me.
UAV on there. Right there.
I'm hit. I'm hit.
Move it.
Priming 18. Too close.
Friendly advanced UAV marking target. Enemy dropping into the AR.
Hostile fire.
Great work. That's the second domination point.
I'm in their sights. Threat neutralized.
Moving. We're in control. Friendly bomb drone activated.
Receiving hostile fire.
We're in the lead.
Priming 18 mine.
Hit! In their sight.
Contact down.
Double point.
Receiving hostile fire.
Go capture
Engage
them.
that enemy vehicle. Target location.
They're targeting me.
Enemy soldier.
Marking target location. Delay that. Throwing stun.
Friendly
I'm
advanced
hit.
UAV marking target.
Hostile foot patrol.
Priming 18 mine. Targeting me.
Located mid-caliber.
Drone active. Enemy soldier
Taking
incoming.
supplies.
Sentry guns down. Seconds. Speed boost.
They're targeting me.
Enjoy that victory, soldier. Might not be so lucky next time.